Good afternoon. Welcome to another live feed with Shaman's YouTube channel. It's going to be a great one. We have for me Black Music History Month. We're going to chronicle Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt debut album in 1996 that came out this month on June 25th, 1996. So about the album, the climate, why this album was made, the reason why the album was made. Just look at that climate, that time in 95, 96, that era. It's about the mafioso rap that was going on at the time. I mean, you gotta go back to '95. Only Built for Cuban Links, made by Raekwon, the Purple Tape. That kind of influenced this album. You make the case that birthed Jay-Z to make this album because of what was going on at that time. That mafioso rap persona. It was a hip hop masterpiece. It was a blueprint for his multi-billion-dollar empire. But the thing that was going on at the time was what was going on a year before with Only Bit for Cuban Links. That style, what Raekwon was talking about, him and Ghostface, and that was a very influential album to make this album an album to be made. Because that was the climate at the time. Mafioso rap was the thing. It was something that got started. You make a case with Coogee Rap and Polo, DJ Polo, in 1989, making the song, the rap album, Rose to the Riches in '89. That's what was spawned everything after this. It's just that it wasn't popular at the time for an album like that to be made. It was more popularized 6 years later. And I think that's what made that album a success. The themes were street capitalism, the hustler lifestyle, materialism, existential regret, nobody, Clark Kent, Sky, Ski. And DJ Premier produced this great album. Brooklyn's Finest. It was an iconic lyrical sparring match between him and Notorious B.I.G. Can't Knock the Hustle. That was the opening track. With Evangeline Blige, and you had Dead Presidents. Piano-driven narrative utilizing Nas. I'm not presidents to represent me. That was from The World Is Yours. Record from Illmatic. Ain't No Blank. That was a song we did with Foxy Brown, and it was definitely a classic album. It peaked at number 23 on the Billboard 200 and was slow to achieve commercial platinum success, but it rose in stature vastly over the decades. Music publications like Rolling Stone rank it among the greatest hip hop albums of all time. It was a great album, it really was. And also, currently, right now, to celebrate the album's landmark 30th anniversary, Jay-Z's Rock Nation has launched exclusive 30th anniversary white vinyl re-release available for pre-order at Target, jz30.com. The original unrevamped version of Dead Presidents has finally been made available on streaming platforms for the first time. So, yeah, it's 30 years, man. This coming June 25th. Reasonable Doubt turns 30. Been around for a long time. It definitely stood the test of time. It was just riding the wave of that era of time with the mafioso rap. Nas would do the same thing. It was written. Biggie would do the same thing in '97 with Life After Death, but it all started with Rose to Riches in '89 with Coogee Rap and Polo. I think Raekwon just took it to another level with Only Built for Cuban Links. With that record, that spawned everything for everybody to, follow behind that blueprint of that time. That's all I need to be said about that. I'm gonna continue on. Look at Jay-Z. Obviously, he got started in '89, recruited by Jazzo to appear on Hawaiian Sophie. He appeared on two more songs from Jazzo in the next year, but after Jazzo was dropped from his record label, Jay-Z dealt drugs to himself. Then he was on Original Flavor, a couple of songs, and then he caught the attention of Big Daddy Kane. He was on Show and Prove in 1995, 1994, off the Daddy's Home album. So Kane put him on, and the rest is history. Well, he didn't have a record deal, so he got involved with collab with his friend at the time, David Dash. Street level marketing led to Payday Records and My Lifetime. I Can't Get With That on the B side, and then they formed Rockefeller Records. He ran the cheap office at Rockefeller Records on John Street in one of the dreariest parts of the busiest city in the world. And Jay-Z and his compatriots thought of their low rent high chords as a starting point that would eventually lead them to Manhattan. So 1995 and 1996, Jay-Z appeared on records by Big L and Mike Geronimo, raising his full profile. He was still considered underground rap with the New Jack style. Reasonable Doubt was recorded on D&D Studios and mixed at Platinum Island. However, its beats was formed elsewhere. Nobody produced this album. Not a big name guy, but he produced Can't Knock the Hustle. He produced that as a classic single. And that was a chart single. That was the first chart single for Can't Knock the Hustle by Jay-Z. And obviously Mary J. Blige was on that. That was released on August 27th, 1996. So it was a great, great song. It was different. But he's just talking about this again, stuff that was going on at the time, like being a hustler and being a part of the mafia and stuff like that. That kind of persona was deeply rooted in that song. Also, a Latin singer named Veronica was originally supposed to sing the song. Somebody named Veronica. It wasn't supposed to be Mary J. Blige. So that's the thing about when you look at certain songs from a record, you think that's how it's supposed to have been. But according to this research, a singer named Veronica was originally singing on this hook. She was a Latin singer, some Latin singer, which Mary J. Blige stepped in after Rockefeller had contacted her and she heard the track. She immediately wanted to get involved in it. So the appearance of Mary J. Blige was considered a major coup because the label was independent and Jay-Z was unknown at the time. So Mary J. Blige came up with the idea for this, and she took Lisa Morgan's Fool Paradise and used the verse from that, taking out this time to give you a piece of my mind and who you think you are. Maybe one day you'll be a star and all that. She took everything from that interpolation and used it for that chorus of the song. Stuff like that. So that song was on the UK singles chart at number 30, number 73 on the Billboard Hot 100. Can't Knock the Hustle was garnered much critical acclaim, and it was a bouncy beat. It was very danceable. Hype Williams directed the music video, had a lot of music quality to it. That was a great song. I mean, it was great. It was different at that time. Reasonable Doubt. Because since 1996, Jay has released hundreds of records that Can't Knock the Hustle is praised by many as a classic, lives on to be recognized as one of the greatest songs he has ever recorded. So it's definitely smooth, man. Everything about it, man. Just a smooth kind of record that got him started. Can't Knock the Hustle. And then you got, the vocals was recorded on tour at studio in Tampa, Florida, named Progressive Music with Mary J. Blige, and then Ski produced Feeling It, the Politics as Usual, while recording with Camp Low. Obviously, Brooklyn's Finest, as well as B.I.G. and Jay-Z, Dead Presidents. The video was made for that. But Reasonable Doubt always will be known as the album that followed a trend that was going on at the time, mafioso rap. That was going on in the East Coast. You know, saying Nas was doing it, Biggie was doing it. That was the thing. Raekwon and Ghostface was doing it. That same style, that approach to the music. That's what it was all about. That's what it was about as far as that time was concerned. Maybe Biggie's best record, best album. All the stuff that he did. He had some good songs. Can't Knock the Hustle, very smooth beat. Politics as Usual. Dead Presidents. Feeling It. Coming of Age, that was great. That was excellent stuff. There's another song that was great too. comes to mind was Bring It On. That was produced by Premier. He produced some certain songs on here also. That wasn't released as a single. But the thing about Reasonable Doubt, great as it was not an immediate success. It peaked at number 23 on the Billboard charts. It sold 43,000 copies. Spent 18 weeks on the charts, 55 weeks on the top R&B hip hop albums on which it reached number 3. The album was promoted with its release of 4 singles, but none of them reached the top 40. Ain't No Blank was the highest charting single at number 50. Can't Not the Hustle and Feeling It did not peak higher than 70. Their Presence did not chart altogether. So the album, by the end of the year, only sold 420,000 copies. So it was the lowest charting album by Jay-Z. Even though it was a great album, it was his lowest charting album at the time. So people wasn't really catching on with Jay-Z yet. Yeah, so that album was not his best work as far as what he was doing at the time. Even though it might have been his best, album he ever made, it didn't have that much commercial success. Now, the legacy and the influence of this album that helped transfer gangster rap into mafioso rap, popularizing the subgenre. Again, that's what was going on at the time. So what Jay-Z was doing was not unique as far as the themes of the album, the type of commentary, the subject matter. It's the same that was going on with Only Bit for Cuban Links. Similar stuff. Similar stuff that Nas would do on It Was Written. Similar things that, Biggie would say on Life After Death. It was just the same thing. The climate and the subject matter was actually the same. That's what it comes down to, is just straight up facts. If you look at Raekwon, Only Bit for Cuban Links, he got started, he made it more popular. Cool G Rap started the genre, he started mafioso rap with Road to the Riches, with DJ Polo, 89. Then it's just when Raekwon came up with Only Bit for Cuban Links in 95, that brought the style back of that mafioso rap. So those themes that Jay-Z was talking about on Reasonable Doubt was nothing new. He was just following what was trendy at the time. He wasn't bringing nothing unique to the table. Even AZ. Beg your pardon, AZ, Do or Die. That album was following that same path. The same thing. Sugar Hill. Anything that was on there, talking about the same thing. And Cool G Rap himself, when he came out, made his comeback as a solo artist, not being with Polo 4, 5, 6. Just following what he already originated. It just inspired other rappers to follow that same theme. Reasonable Doubt, Life After Death, It Was Written, even No Way Out by Sean Puffy Combs. The same thing. The mafioso themes to things. The Firm with AZ, Comega and Foxy Brown and AZ, Nas, the super group. Foxy Brown, Comega, AZ, Nas, you place Nature, Comega. They followed the same themes, the same stuff. that was going at the time. The mafioso thing, that was the thing at the time. And I think that's what Jay Z was doing with this album, Reasonable Doubt. So it didn't influence anybody else. I think he was just following what was already going on at that time. So he wasn't bringing anything unique to the table, Jay Z. So that's basically it, man. I just want to do a short video on this 30th anniversary of this great album. It is great, great album. But at the same time, it was following a trend. A trend, that's what it was. A trendy situation that was done in this album. So that's all I gotta say about that. So I'll be back at 6 o'clock with a new 3-part series that I'm gonna be doing next 3 days about the rise and fall of the Black British R&B groups. The first group we're gonna talk about is 5 Star. Remember that group very well. Their videos will be on the Video Music Box, Video Soul. A lot of stuff that was going on at the time with the British groups, man. It was like a rise. I think Milli Vanilli was from overseas. I know they obviously synced all their stuff that they were doing. Milli Vanilli, yeah, they were from Germany, overseas. So obviously they faked what they was doing. They made some great stuff, but they got too much controversy. But then again, they were from overseas. The black artists from overseas started coming to their own. They was doing their thing. Like the British invasion of the 60s. The British groups coming. The problem is, Rob and Fab, they faked what they was doing. Obviously, the commercial. I mean, that's about how commercially successful they were. They was not doing what they were supposed to do. A lot of controversy. They lip synced everything. Somebody else was singing their stuff and stuff like that. So I think that's the thing that's controversial with them. Lawsuits, all this stuff that they were doing. Yeah, they didn't really perform live in the show. They like lip synced and stuff like that. And you sing live and led to the beginning of the infamy of the things that they were doing. Was a lip syncing turned to be something that they weren't. So like I said, the British groups were doing it there at the time, and I just want to do something about the look at 5 Star and 2 other groups. I'm not gonna mention their names, but that's what I'm gonna talk about the next 3 days. Right, so that's it, man. I'm done, man. Till then, talk to you later.